There are times that an exchanger may want to build their replacement property. They might have very specific criteria on what they like or need. For instance, someone might be selling their current office building or wanting to build a new office building for them to move into. A construction exchange is a perfect strategy for this type of situation. In a construction exchange, the challenge is twofold: the value of the property that you need and the 180-day timing period. When you sell your relinquished property, you have to buy a replacement property that costs the same price or more than what you sold. So let's say you sold for $1 million. So that means you have to buy a replacement property that costs $1 million or more and use all the proceeds to get total gain deferral. Well, if in this situation, the taxpayer wants to build a $1.2 million office building to move into, the price of the lot is probably going to be in the $300,000 to $400,000 price range at the most. If they take title to the lot, then their exchange is complete. You cannot take leftover exchange proceeds and build improvements on ground already owned by the taxpayer. This presents a problem because if your minimum target value for total gain deferral was $1 million, that same price or greater, $300,000 or $400,000 doesn't get you anywhere near that number. So either you're going to have to pay all the tax or most of the tax. Through a construction exchange, we can add improvements to that lot before you take title. So we set up what's called an accommodation title holder entity that will step in your shoes and buy the lot. Using the exchange proceeds, we will hire you back as the construction manager, net lease the property back to you. You will then hire a third-party contractor to do the work, and we simply fund the draws, the improvements, the construction out of your exchange account. Once we get to the 180th day, we will then transfer the property to you on or before that date, or if we reach the $1 million value before that date, we'll go ahead and do the transfer at that point in time. So this creates an environment where we're able to add the improvements and the additional value that you need, that $1 million, to get total gain deferral. It's a great strategy to consider in these types of situations. I hope you find this helpful, and at Atlanta Deferred Exchange, we help you maximize the benefit of your exchange transactions.